video got stopped. So you are plus 9% for the day, and you took three other losses, right? This was not a case here, but let's say your psychology or you get FOMO over here as well. So you get three losses for the, you are still up 5% for the day. This is what I am telling you. Because if you trade the pure ICT, there are many concepts that you will be messed up. The only reason why I'm not teaching that 5 rule, because it has like a very low risk to reward, like 1:4, 1:5, and that too after getting like multiple losses. This is the only reason why I'm teaching this, because this model for me, I have backtested it this like for 6 months, and I get like better risk to reward, better win rate, and I passed like multiple 100Ks or 300Ks challenges. So this is the by far the best for me. Now let me show you another thing. This was the bad day, right? And if you go to one extra time frame, let me delete. That was on somewhere here, 5th December. So if you were to backtest the 6th December, what do we see on 6th of the December? So this was your Asian. Guys gets close to it, but took out during the London kill zone. So during this swept over here. After this swept, I see no entries at here. This could have been your entry, but if you take this Fibonacci that is above the 0.50. So let's say you get FOMO and you have -1% for the day. Okay, and this was the BPR, our possible entry that doesn't require a market structure shift. So this could have been your stop loss. I'm sorry. This could have been your stop loss, and your first target would be the 5 hour. Okay, you had another loss. That this was the fair value gap, but if you look closely, you have, I guess, PBR. Yes. So you are in -2 trades if you followed all your rules, right? And if you get FOMO, this was another loss that you should have, that you could have this one. So after multiple sweeps, let's go over our. This was your another sweep on 1 minute, and this was the value gap. This was the market structure shift, right? You swept the Asian lows, you swept all these highs, you have the fair value gap, you have the market structure shift. What else do you need? Your entry, right? So this is your stop loss, this is your entry. Your first target would be the 5 hour, your second target would be the 10 hour. So 8 or 10. So you are like 80% of your trade, right? The only 20% of your trade would have been like at this point on break even, and your take profit would be the Asian highs for the 20% of your trade. So you are 10% or and -3. Although this was 2, but let's say -3. So you are 7% up for the day. Now, like we did not take out the Asian highs, right? So we have no entries at this particular rejection. After that, we swept the Asian lows, and during this Asian lows being swept, there was this fair value gap. There was this fair value gap, but there was no mitigation, means no entry, right? And let's say you missed hold this the momentum move, and after that you have the Asian. Now the one thing, you only need your entries either on the bottom or on the top. You are not looking for entries in the middle of the move, because that's where your stop loss will be, like all the time you will hit your stop loss. You only need the bottoms of the potential moves. So you swap this the London kill zone highs, and this was the fair value gap. This was your market structure shift, and you have your entry. Your stop loss would be the candle high, your target. Now watch this. You have set the session. Now where should your target would be? This, the low. Your first target would be the 5 hour. Your second target would be 10 hour, and the last target would be the swept of the session. So you are 10 and minus 3 7, and this is 14. And after that, we during the London kill zone we swept this low at here, and let's say you took a loss over here. This was a favorable gap, and although it was valid, we have a market structure shift, we have a fair value gap, we have the liquidity hunt, but still we lost a trade, right? So there was no entry on this BPR, but we have this upward move and then a correction, and then again the upward move with a fair value gap. This could have been your entry. From the fair value gap to the stop loss would be the candle of the fair value gap. Now where should you target? Because the London highs are swept, and the only uh, target was left for the day was the New York kill zone. So this is your New York kill zone high, 18%. So you all of you forget days like this where you can, don't forget, this is the next day of that day where the price move like in a same direction. This is just the next day. I am not backtesting it from like a previous anything like that. So if you get a bad day, just don't mess up your psychology. Just wait for the market to be like back how it follows your session cycle. Just don't mess up your psychology. You will get days like this as well where you can recover all of the losses that you took on these days. Although this was a positive day for us, rules. The only way you can get positive in these days as well is to back test, and like find days like this and back test it on every pair. So you have like the 10-hour trade, the 14-hour trade, and the 18-hour trade, and there was no entry on this move, and we also don't trade the New York after the New York kill zone, right? So let's go again, and let me delete this. We back tested this day, and I will show you this day as well. This is just, I'm showing you the from the same month of December. Now what do you have over here? You just need to switch your pairs. If you don't find any entries on your USD, change it and use GBP USD or USD or SPX or odd USD. So this was a liquidity hunt, right? This was the market structure shift. This was the fair value gap at the extreme. This is your entry. This is your entry. Your stop loss would be below the fair value gap candle. Your first target would be 5R, and that is here. And if you had your entry on like a break even after the 5R, now this would have been taking you out on break even, and the price moved like till the Asian highs. Well, this could have been your target as well, but let's say the trade took you out on 5R. Okay, so after that the Asian highs that was swept. What do you see after the swept? The market structure shift with a fair value gap. Now you see how choppy is this in this range. Now if you were to place your stop loss on this candle, this would have been a valid loss, but but I would have done if I were to trade this, because this was the clean price action, right? You have the clean lower low, and then lower high, then lower low, then higher high, then higher low, right? But in this scenario, what do you see? A bearish candle, a bullish candle, bullish candle, bearish candle, bullish candle, like a choppy range. So in this scenario, like at the top the highs or the top of the lows, it totally depends on you. Like if you had your stop loss in somewhere over here and you still lost the trade, so this would have been a valid loss, so that's nothing to worry about. So the target would have been the London session lows, and we did not took that out. After that, what do we see? Let's go. We swept the London kill zone highs. There was no fair value gap over here. We have this BPR. Do we need a market structure shift for BPR? No. What's this? Your entry, your stop loss would be above the BPR candle. Where should your target would be? The 5R, okay, and the 10R. How much is that 10R? And the 20% of your trade, the London kill zone low, the London kill zone lows. So how much we are up for the day? +5, and let's say you took this as a loss. 4 and the 10, 14. So we are 14% up for the day. Now this is the swept of the high that swept the London kill zone, and your same, the target would have been the same, the London session lows. So this is choppy as there was no fair value gaps over here. So now there is this fair value gap, and if you took this Fibonacci tool, is this inside the 0.50? No, there is no fair value gap above the 0.50. There is this. If you took it, let's see, this is inside the zone, I guess. Yes, So this is your losing trade. uh, so this is how you should have done it. This is your stop loss, right? So you took a loss. Now what did I told you guys, that if you took a valid loss, so that high or low should have been swept for you, and then you would have waited for another market structure shift with a fair value gap. But in this case, I guess that doesn't happen. uh, Let me do it on 5 minutes. This was the London high, so it swept over here, and then I guess this was after the kill zone, so I trade after the NY kill zone, so no trades for us. There could have been, we won't be bothered to, there's no fair value gap. So today is 8th December, and now let's go to 8th of the December. This is your Asian range high. This was your Asian range high swept. This was your web. Now if in some of the previous video I told you guys, if you have a fair value gap like that big and above that too, now what you would do is to take the and measure the 0.50 level of your fair value gap. Now it totally depends upon you if you like measure the whole fair value gap candle or just the gap, right? So many people use this, and if you were previously, so they use this. So if you take this entry on 0.50 level, and your stop loss would be above the 1%, like above the fair value gap candle, your first target 5 hour, and the, let's say this, oh, my bad. This was the first swap of uh, Asian lows. This was the fair value gap, and after that this was another fair value gap. This could have been your entry, but this is above like 10 pips. So as I told you guys, you need your entries from the bottom. So if you took this, this is trade above the fair value gap, and your stop loss would be below, and your target would be the Asian session highs, right? The 5 hour and the Asian session highs. So I would probably not trade this trade because this was inside it. So if you were able to take this trade, and this could have been your 6 or 7 hour trade. Actually you took this as your take profit, so this could have been your 7 hour trade. Now Asian low swept, Asian high swept, and the low that swept the Asian low is also swept. Now what you would wait for is either the kill zone to close and the swept of the kill zone, or if the price takes out the Asian the kill zone, the London kill zone, right? So in this case we swept the kill zone, and this could have been your valid loss with a BPR and a fair value gap, and for that reason we was waiting for we were waiting for these lows to be swept and another market structure shift for your entry, right? As I told you guys. Sorry, I got some notification. Yeah. So this turned out to be your equal lows, and this is where price swept it, and this was your BPR, and you don't need a break of market structure for your BPR as well. Let me find it. So if you get, there are some couple of cases that you get the double BPR, right? Like in this scenario, so you can refine it like this too. Now in this scenario you have the quadruple fair value gap or the BPR. This fair value gap, this fair value gap, this fair value gap, this fair value gap, and then price tags into it, and I guess that's even more. So let's take it from here. Don't be greedy. This is your entry. This is your PPR candles low, your stop loss, and your same target, the 5 hour and the 10 hour, and where to the London sessions highs 17. This is how you can make money with this session cycle. The only reason as I told you in the previous part, that I'm not teaching you guys the complicated ones like the Marto use or the Bredex use is uh, I know that works well too, but as a beginner you can pass your funded accounts from with this method as well. Risk 0.50 and take the trades on the demos first. Now I saw many of you are trading your funded accounts, even you are not yet fully trained, so and you are trading in the month of December as well. So I will January and then take your funded accounts till then backtest the the third quarter because the last quarter is usually like this, the messy price actions, and especially the December ends just very messy. So yes, that is what I can suggest you guys, that only backtest and watch different pairs simultaneously so that you can have an edge over Euro USD. If Euro USD is not working well for you, you can trade different pair. Like for me, if Euro USD is not working for me, I will go over to US30, and in the last scenario I will use GBP USD. But as you guys saw in previous, like the whole month of December, the GBP USD works well with the session cycle better than the Euro USD.